Welcome to this look at the load of new content and features that have been added and information regarding patch 1.2 on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. So, free content update number 1. Is it really? A free content update is available for Farming Simulator 22. It's part of patch version 1.2 and adds a total number of 16 machines and tools to the game, as well as some farming life improvements. A load of things have been fixed. Now, hopefully I'm going to get on to talking about the changelog, but what we're going to do to start off with is have a look at the machinery and equipment that has been included. We have also got some extra bits that have been added in as part of the update, which I'm going to talk about here on Elm Creek and hopefully go through. The first of which being this. We've got a new sleep trigger farmhouse has been added in. I think they've added in a shed as well. If we go into our build mode and go down to farmhouses, we used to have the 150 gram one, which was a bit pricey to be starting out with. What they've added in is this kind of trailer for 20 grand. Slot count on that is 6, which then comes down, but obviously on multiplayer you can have multiple, but other than that. Place it and you've got your trigger. Same thing, you can sleep through till that time from 5 AM through to 9 AM the following day. Very handy, nice to have in the game, a welcome addition. There's equipment that has been adding in. We've got some new manufacturers that we kind of knew about. The fact sheets that came out over the last couple of weeks kind of alluded to some of this stuff as well. So we've got the Abbey, I'm going to say Abbey, could be ABI, but so we've got the Abbey 1600 and the Abbey 550. These are both water trailers. The 1600 is 4 slots, the 550 is 3 slots. This one holds 6,056 litres, as it says down the bottom there. Really nicely detailed. They're a little bit smaller than what we're used to. We kind of got the 7,300 litre one, and they often go up from there. But and then this one is a bit smaller. I'm going to take this because I want to show you something. When I filled this up, something peculiar happened and it threw me a little bit because I thought I'd made a mistake somewhere. But yeah, very nice. You'll find them under tools and animals. So we've got the 550 is 3 grand and the 1600 is 8 grand. The small one will hold 2,082 litres. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette. We've got a grey, a black, a chrome, as well as the white. I think I went for black on this one. I went for chrome on the other one. And we can change the number plate. Now, number plates, it does say weirdly that the number plate is fixed on, was it Baler on it said? Something like that. Or it might have even been Erlengratt. I still can't get it to work properly, but what you might notice as well is what it says up there under license plate. What it is doing now since the update is remembering your previous number plate. So if you set a number plate as that's going to be your number plate on every vehicle you haven't got to go in every single time and retype the number plate. It remembers your license plate and then you can go in and away you go, no problem at all. Obviously that is set on something else. I still cannot, for the life of me, on this one that does letters, yes, it doesn't do numbers, but it still can't get to any of the symbols. I've tried with the chat pad, I've tried all sorts of stuff. So it's a little bit weird. But anyway, number plate option is available. And then the other one, same thing, rim colour options and number plate option 2. But what I wanted to show you, let's jump into this. And you'll see when I picked this, I just grabbed a tractor because I wanted one and I didn't change the number plate and it says shredder on there. You'll see why, because I've tried to be amusing with the number plates on the various different bits of equipment. I've added some things in, but you know how it is. I'm not streaming this because I'm in the process of switching over my Elgatos. I'm not quite there yet. But what happened was when I got to here, I clicked on refill and it started filling. It looked like it was wheat. Let's see if it'll do it. I don't know what that was. It's definitely water in the thing. It's put 2,082 litres, but it doesn't. Obviously, it doesn't have a water thing. That's the multi-fill silo. Was that 82 Studio? I think that one was. But they fill up, they've got water in them, and they're good then for animals and whatever else you need them for. Absolutely wonderful. Next up, we have got the Amazon T-Pack U. This is a front weight, helps with compaction, If you put a front weight on the front of a tractor, it puts a lot of weight on the front axle and pushes those tyres into the ground. The purpose behind this, and I haven't got a 3-point link on it, how wonderful. Oh, that's clever. I suppose I could do it on the back. Doesn't really matter, it will still show you. The wheels run on the ground. So if I lower it does lift the tyres up a little bit, but it's supposed to help with that. It runs better when it's on the front. Like I say, I should have thought about that. But it does have lights on it. It's nicely detailed. You'll find it in the miscellaneous section, because you can have it standard at 600 kilograms, and you can add all of these on. I think it takes up to 1.1 tonne, I think. So like I say, you'll find it under Tools and Miscellaneous. There we go, the T-Pack U, 5 grand for the base model. Options, additional weight, at the moment no, it's 500 kilogram, and as we go up, 100 kilogram, 200, this is added on, and you see on the left hand side it's an increasing in weight up to 1 tonne, 1.1, 1.2, yeah, 1.2 tonnes then. So it adds another 700 kilos, 1.2 tonne. This isn't one of those ones where it lifts up and you can turn the tractor in a tighter circle. This is just a front weight with aid for compaction on there. Next then, we've got these. Now, everyone was saying it was a pity because the quad track was missing from the base game. What they've done is they've put 3 models in. So we've got the Case IH Steiger Quad Track AFS Connect, 14 slots. We've got the Case IH Steiger Road Track AFS Connect. And then we have got the Case IH Steiger Wheeled AFS Connect, all been added in. So 14 slots, 13 slots, 14 slots. Slightly different horsepower requirements. That's a smaller framed one, I think. I know in the real world the road track ones are often, not always, I'm not going to say that's a given. Nicely detailed, high horsepower, fairly expensive. You'll find them under big tractors. So quad track on the number plate on that one. IH road track on that one. I think I just went for IH wheeled. Did I on that one? Maybe. I think so. Nice looking bits of kit, all 3. We will start them up in just a moment. You'll find them under large tractors. We'll start with the quad track, 506 grand for the base model. It's a power shift gearbox. We have got 524 horsepower, 558 horsepower, 613 horsepower, 647 horsepower, 692 horsepower for the quad track 620. License plate option is available to change. Brings the price up a bit, 614,500. But a nice looking bit of kit nonetheless. Next one is the Road Track AFS Connect Series, a little bit cheaper, 488.5 for the base model. Again, power shift, 19.1 tonne, the other one's 21.4. So this one again, we have got 468 horsepower, 524, 558 I think is the highest this one goes up to. Yeah, 558 for the Road Track 500. And then if we go that way, we've got the Steiger AFS Connect Series, the wheeled version, 402 grand, also 21.9 tonnes, power shift gearbox. We do have the option on this one to do Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and back to Trelleborg. I think on each of these, pretty much, apart from BKT, I think, we have got the option of twins or twins with weights. Those are the options, the only options. If we go to Michelin, twins, twins with weights, Continental, twins, twins with weights, Mitas, yep. Maybe BKT was as well. Yeah, one of the others isn't. Vredestein, and then back to BKT. And then engine on this, 524 horsepower, 558, 613, 647, 692. With a number plate option available too. None of these have doors or windows or anything that open. It doesn't really matter which one we go in. I suppose. Lights, beacons, horn. I was hoping as part of the update the mirrors situation would have been sorted, but it doesn't appear that it has been. I'm reluctant to go first person because we're still getting this happening every now and again. It's just the whole time I'm driving, when I do in-cab stuff, I can see it flickering and flashing. I was going to say flashing, flackering. Is that a word? Flickering and flashing. They are nicely detailed. They do sound very nice. Weird thing is as well, I haven't changed my settings on my PlayStation or on the game now for engine sounds, but I thought, I don't know, it's just me, the engine sounds on these new updated models or new added models seem a lot louder. It does sound good, doesn't it? Beacons, lights, horn. We have got, whoa, that's a little bit slow on the turn, but it's going to be, isn't it? And the wheeled version. The horns really do seem a little bit pathetic for the size of them, don't they? I'll tell you what, that don't hang about getting up to speed, does it? And that was like boom, 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 up there. I'll try that again. Nope, that's pretty quick. We've just got a fair bit of horsepower, to be fair. Oh, that's actually that one. That's the Steiger wheeled. I went with the lowest horsepower on that one, but not bad at all. There's no point in me talking about all of these are by Giants, so I don't need to say who they're by. So there we go. That's the Case IH Steiger set. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the Flegel Agrotechnic Noah TTW 140. This is 4 slots. This is a livestock trailer. It will take 6 cows, 13 pigs and 13 sheep. There aren't many options on this, and when I brought this out as well, you can't remove the cover either. Which I don't know why I was surprised by that, but it's nicely detailed. It's a little bit cheaper than the standard in-game one. We do have a modded one available as well now. But if we go down to tools and we go to animal transport, the modded is the Joskin Betamax RDS, which is 15 grand. But this is the one that's been added in, the Noah TTW, 25 grand. So obviously it's way cheaper than the base game Silver Star, and these two were both for horses. So it's nice to have a cheaper option in the base game now as well. Slot count comes down from 4 to 1. Yeah. And we can change the number plate. That's the only option available. Can't change the cover colour or anything like that. Actually, what I should have done, bear with me just a moment. It's probably a bit excessive for the size of the trailer, but never mind. Unfold livestock trailer, lowers it down. That's it. That's what it does. So, that's the Flegel Agrotechnic Noah TTW 140 livestock trailer. Moving on, we have got the Kongsgilder, I think it's Kongsgilder, the Kongsgilder GXF 360, no, 3605P, 3 slots, 3.5 metre front mower. And then the Kongsgilder GXT 13005P 12.3 metre rear mower. Trailed, not attached on the back. 3-point link, it's trailed, it's got wheels. Nice width on this as well. We had a modded version of this on FS19, I believe. We're looking at 3 slots and 8 slots for this one. When you buy this, you do have the option to have it. It's just a standard mower, or you can have these attachments on the back, which gives you the ability to do swath dropping. You can do widespread swath dropping, swath left, swath right. Nice. I mean, very nice width on these. You'll find them under mowers, which I need to get to just there. Only downside is the price, I'll be totally honest. Bearing in mind the Novacat 810 Crossflow is a 10 metre. Yes, it's a 12.3, but it's 149 grand. That's double that. you know. Have two of those running, you're running at 20 meters. That on its own, 12.3. I don't know. You know, again, it's options. And it's all here. No options available. You get it as it is, 3.5 meters wide for the front mower. Rear mower comes standard like that at 149.5, but it goes up because if you then add the option to do the swath dropping, that then puts the price up to 164.5. So it's fairly pricey, but not a bad width. And then we do have license plate option 2. What we'll do is jump in. I think I unfolded the front already. So that's how it comes. Folded, unfold. Looks a little bit flat. Is that just me? Maybe. And then the rear unfolds. Number plate says Terminator. You're welcome. And once it's unfolded, then we have the option to on there we go, R1, and then toggle, so we can have them off, swath dropping. Now swaths left and right. We'll raise it up again. So what we can do is let's turn the front on, drop it down. Would have helped if I dropped down the front one as well, wouldn't it? Professional YouTuber me. Can you tell? Lovely. So what we'll do is lift that and then we'll switch it to swath dropping. I won't do left and right as well. You'll get the idea. Grass piling into the middle. That is a fantastic width on that. Tight turns, like with anything of this kind, you want to be doing more gentle turns than tight turns because obviously the swath can get a little bit out of hand. But yeah, nice bit of kit. Kongs kill the GXF and GXT. Disconnect. Stop that there. Oh. There we go. Lovely. Moving on from there, we have got the Krona Big Pack 1290 HDPVC. This is a large square baler. Looks like this. Now I have got some of the silage additive because it does have an option for a tank. So if you were going to do grass bales to then silage wrap, you can add the additive in while you do the grass as you go. Then when you wrap them, it gives you, is it a 5% bonus? Yield bonus? The additive? I think it's something like 5%. Nice looking baler. Not bad at all. I mean, it's a large baler. You'll find it under balers, and it's there. 155 grand. So it's, I mean, yeah, it's not a bad price compared to. I suppose it's one of the. Actually, it's one of the cheaper options for square balers now. For large square balers, anyway. We do have the option to adjust the size of bale as well. Silage additive tank, you don't have to have it if you're not bothered, but you can have it added on for an extra 2 grand if you want it. And number plate option is available to be changed as well. It requires 245 horsepower to pull. Which we have. Now it says refill baler, so I do that. It's putting the additive into the tank if you want it. Lighting's pretty good on it, I have to say. We will unfold it. It's still filling up, I'm not too worried about that. Beacons, I do like those type of beacons. The strobe kind of flashing ones, very nice indeed. And what we'll do is, where are we? Work size. So R1 and then R3. So at the moment it's 180 centimetre bale, then it's 220 and then it's 240. I'm not going to go through the sizes of those. I did a baling video when the game released. I'll set it up and drop it down. I've got it set on 180. I don't know if I've got enough actually on the ground. to do a full bale, I hope so. Trouble is, if you don't stop it quick enough, you see the 180 centimetre will put us in about 5,000 litres, isn't it? Right, now if I switch that to 220, hopefully it will. We should blow past the 5,000. Like I say, it wasn't my intention to show you what all the sizes were. I mean, we've gone past 5,000 already. Oh, what's the next one? Never mind. But anyway, yeah, does the job. As you would expect. The additive is being added as we go because it is going down as we're doing the bales. I'll turn it off and unload the bales. So we should have that one there at 6,000 litres, that one at 5,000 litres. And then the larger one, I think will be 7, extrapolating from that, but I could be wrong. I have been before. It's not the end of the world if I am. Anyway, so there we go. That's the Krona Big Pack 1290 HTP VC. Moving on from there, we got this, and this is interesting. This is also Krona. This is the Krona GX520 trailer. This is something I haven't come across before. It's a 52,000 litre trailer. It's 9 slots. Did I say how much the Big Pack was? That's 8 slots. Sorry. This is 9 slots. Nice looking trailer, not a bad size, but it does have a couple of tricks up its sleeve. That I saw, there's a video that comes on the blog post for today, and it was quite surprising, I guess. That's the best way of putting it. Like I say, it does look good. You'll find it under trailers. There we go, 119 grand. I don't remember the menu doing that before either. It takes all that stuff, but if you look at the bottom, yeah, it goes backwards and forwards and shows you everything it would take. There we go. The 520. Options available. We've got Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and back again. Ah, this was the one that on each of these options we have got standard and wide. That's all. Apart from the BKT, which doesn't have a wide. Yeah. I knew it was one of them. Then we've got cover no. Or yes, and then there's also number plate option 2. You don't have to have the covers if you don't want to. They can look nice if you want to have them on. That's what we'll do. I'll show you its party trick. So, cover open. L1 and left to the D-pad. And what we can do is open the back door independently. So it's not unload, but we can just open the back door. Turn to the light. But what we've got then at L1, it says turn sliding floor on. So if I turn the sliding floor on, it's going in at the moment. It starts off going out actually. What I should have done, I do R1. It says tip side sliding floor forward, sliding floor backward. Why can't I say that? If I turn it on now, the floor is coming backwards. If I then switch it to tip sliding floor forward, it goes that way, which is bonkers. But what it showed on the video, which I thought was kind of odd, I suppose. Turn it off. Let's do that. I don't know if this is going to work. You can see the back coming towards us. All very exciting. Depends on what you've got, and I haven't tried everything on this. I mean, I know there'll be questions about. You'll see what I mean in a second. Can you do bales? Can you do this? I haven't tried, but what the video showed, and I thought it was quite bizarre and something different that I've never come across before. There may be something that's been on PC before. I just haven't come across it. Why does it do this? It's so frustrating, does this? There we go. We'll do that. Now we go to turn the siding floor on. No. That way. Struggling a little bit with that, but you can load pallets and stuff on. So if you put and stop it, then put the next one, stop it, and you can load pallets all the way in on it if you wanted to, of stuff. And then when you get to where you're going, you can just turn it the other way. See, it's still going. And it will take the pallets right in. It's interesting, isn't it? Like I say, I haven't really come across anything like that before. Turn it off. I don't think it has straps. We do have the option to raise and lower, to get the height adjustment right for whatever you're towing it with, and then we can, that's the other thing I'm really annoyed about, not gonna lie. I haven't come across it in the menu options. Bearing in mind this is update 1.2. Disable camera collision, still haven't got it, don't know why. It is frustrating, it is annoying. I haven't come across an option, but there you go. That's really nice. The Chrono GX520. Next, we have got the Primor 15070M. We had this on. I'm trying to think if we had it on FS17. We definitely had it on FS19. This is a bale shredder. It does say that's where the shredder number plate came from. It does say it takes 2 bales. You can open the back down and you can put a round bale on, lift it up and roll it in, bring it down, lift it up and roll it in. So it will take 2 bales like that. I have found with these in the past that if you do square bales, and I've got 2 in there at the moment, sat this way, if you stand them upright like dominoes, you can fit 4 in. I have found, just as you do when you fiddle around with stuff. Unload here will blow the straw, so if you put embedding in, it does that no problem at all. Everything works as it should do. We can adjust the angle of that up and down depending on where you're blowing to, and then on the back you can bring it all the way down to the ground. Like I say, you can put a round bale on there, then bring it up and roll it in, then bring it down again, put the next one in, roll it in, or like I often do if I use these things, your square bales in the top, and then when you get to where you're going, just where you're flinging your straw. You'll find it where will you find it? Under animals. Went blank for a minute there. So we had the RA142 standard. Well, that's a mixer though, isn't it? Oh yeah, you had the Anderson Pro Chop, but it was quite small. So this obviously is a little bit bigger. It's actually cheaper, which is an interesting one. It does say, like I say, it does say 2 bales, but you can get more in it. Options available. Just the number plate on that. Some new mods, some different ones, but some old favourites, but some ones we've seen before. Next up though, definitely something new. We've got the Landini Series 7 Robo 6. That's 5 slots, by the way, for the first one. So this is 13 slots. It's got vibes of Deutz-Fahr, the Massey's, although all this grill work and stuff on the side is sort of different and new. But yeah, nice looking tractor. We've got the small one for doing orchard kind of work, but this is the slightly bigger version. You will find this under vehicles and medium tractors. The Series 7 Robo 6, 150 grand for the base model. Manual plus power shift gearbox, so you can set it in manual. And then options available. We can have Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokians. Pretty much all of them I think there's one or two that are a little bit different, but not enough to worry about. Say worry about. We've got standards, we've got wheel weights, we've got wides and weights, rear twins, which puts those warning markers on. Twins all round, and then to a narrow. Now, when it says narrow, it's not narrow, but they are narrows apparently. And like I say, if we go through the options, they're all pretty much the same with a narrow. I think there's one, maybe two, that doesn't have a narrow option. I don't think the Mitas do. No, Mitas standard wheel weights, rear twins, and then back to standards. And then obviously we've then got the Vredesteins, the BKTs have those options. Then we've got the Nokians, standard with that tread. That tread as a second standard, and then communal. Then we've got the option of front loader attacher, yes for the quick, the Hauer, or no. Engine setup, we've got 190 horsepower, 210 horsepower, 225 horsepower, and back to 190. So 225 horsepower being the highest that will go. Main colour, Landini blue, and then we've got a Landini metallic blue. I'm not a fan of that. That's just me personally. I do like the standard Landini. Then rim colour, we've got the sort of grey and then a black option. And then number plate, if you want to change the number plate, you absolutely can. Beacons, lights, horn, does sound nice. This is a little bit like Kubota. See, Landinis, I've only ever seen small Landinis, and I've only ever seen a few really. And Kubotas are the same. And then when I went to Agritechnica 2-3 years ago now, wherever it was, the range of Kubotas amazed me. It's the same with the Landinis, you know. They're two bigger tractors too. Nice looking tractor. Try to ignore the flickering. Nice tractor with some nice options. Nice to have in game. Next up then, we've got this, the Samash Tornado 252. This is 3 slots. You find it under winter equipment. It is a snow blower. I don't know if you're like me. You may not be having this problem, but it doesn't matter whether I have seasonal growth turned on or off. Whenever I've had snow, it settles everywhere but the roads. So on fields and everywhere, but I'm not getting snow on the roads. So what's the point of a snowblower? If you're not clearing the roads, which is kind of what we were, say, promised. Again, like I say, it might just be me, but I haven't had it at all. We can lower the snowplower, raise the snowplower, turn on the snowplower. And then we have the option to rotate the head, so if you want to blow the snow, whichever way you want to blow it out of the way, you can blow it out of the way, and then we can raise and lower the nozzle as well for the distance you want to blow it away from your piece of equipment or where you're actually clearing the snow. Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. I'm not too sure with that, but if we go to tools and winter equipment, the Tornado 252, 9,500. Slot count will come down from 3 to 1 for any subsequent one you buy. Only requires 90 horsepower. There are no options on it. You get it in the orange, like that. Which brings me on to, yes, the last of the mods, or the last 2 mods actually. Now, apologies to all the Dutch people out there. When I looked this up and I did a check, it was saying Vervet. I would have said Vervet, but Vervet, and anyway, Vervet is what it said. This is a Dutch company, anyway. They've been in business since 1957, making, slurrying, distributing bits of equipment. This is amazing and it sounds incredible. What a fantastic addition to the game. Now, like I say, if you've seen the fact sheets and stuff, you'll have seen it, but you won't have heard it necessarily. And then what I'm going to do with this as well is the last of the mods is the Bomec track pack. This is 8 slots. It's an 18 meter wide slurry or digestate distributor, which will hook onto the back of this. This is a 20,000 litre This is 14 slots, which isn't too bad. So this is the Vervet Hydro Trike 5x5. Yeah, 20,000 litre. Looks amazing. Like I say, wow, does it sound good. If we go to our slurry equipment first, and we'll have a look at the Bomec track pack, 62 grand, 18 metres wide, will run at 12 miles an hour. There are no options other than a number plate if you want to have a number plate on it. That's what you get. And then if we go up to our vehicles, and I think this is under miscellaneous. It was, there we go. 346 grand, 530 horsepower, variable transmission, 20,000 litre tank, weighs 18.4 tonnes, runs at 12 miles an hour. Oh, hang on. Options, sorry. We've got Trelleborg and Michelin, the two options, and I think under both, that's the tyres you get. There's no options within those. Then we've got Design Standard, which looks like that, or there's the Launch Edition, which has the signs and stuff on it much bigger, because obviously that was the show model. Then number plate we can change as well. No other options than that. So let's get into it, shall we? Beacons. Lighting's pretty good all round. Horn. Wow, that's an interesting one. We do have at the side, if you want to go for a more realistic collection of slurry and digestate, L1, right stick up and down, we'll adjust that. Obviously that's supposed to be kind of a rubber plastic, and you can put that into whatever tank or you're doing, so you can simulate actually loading out properly. What we've also got is unfold slurry tanker. What's this? How cool is that? That sounds quite loud, but and that as well. Steering axle in the middle as well. Of all the mods today, this is my favourite. I say mods, you know what I mean. The new gear, this is my favourite. By far. I love the sound of it, I love the look of it. Honestly, I still don't know how people can say the sounds are no better than FS19. Just no. So, while this is going back down, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That is the last of the mods, the last two of the mods. But what I'm going to talk about, changes and improvements. Now, they've adjusted a ton of stuff. Adjusted contract vehicles accordingly. Some had the wrong tools for the job at hand. Adjusted prices for used vehicle sale. That's a bit of a worry. Adjusted repair costs. Adjusted the ridge markers on seeders so they don't dig up stones anymore if you use ridge markers. It says change display of day numbers. Change price fluctuations display so it shows actual history of prices of the last 12 months. Fix an issue where AI workers were unable to use and turn ploughs correctly. Fix an issue where leased machinery for a contract would disappear once accepted. Fix an issue where picking up objects as a client in multiplayer would crash the game. Fix an issue where playing with custom season length could cause issues in weather forecasts or indefinite rain or snow. Fix an issue where some contracts were unable to be finished. So that should be sorted now. That situation with all of the grain crops, the ones that provide a swath, that should be fixed. I haven't tested that yet, but it should be. Fix an issue where the AI worker would continuously get paid even though the game was paused. That was a problem. That has now been fixed. You pause it, pop off to use the facilities and come back, and it's cost you a fortune. Fix an issue where the game wouldn't start on certain Intel GPUs. Is that supposed to be CPUs? GPUs. Fix an issue where DL SS could result in some ghosting artifacts. Fix an issue where using DLSS on supported cards could lead to a black screen, with some people having that problem. Fix an issue where using the big bag lifter tool could cause the game to freeze or crash. Fix an issue where the vehicles would get duplicated when reset. This doesn't say anything about that bale problem people are having in the mod hub in the store. Oh, that's the point. Yeah, mod hub. That's what that was talking about. Maybe I'll check that at the end. Fix an issue with animals running around the place where they shouldn't. Remember the pigs and stuff when I did those videos charging out around the pens. Fix an issue with the map filter overlays displaying the needs ploughing and needs lime status incorrectly. Let's head that back. Fixed income of placeables to be consistent per year, now shown as income per month. Fixed issues with emptying of bunker silos. A lot of people couldn't empty the bunker silos fully and they wouldn't clean, so they were having problems. Fix loan interest rates over a whole year. Fix the manure heap and manure heap extension system, so they're now working as expected. Fix reset of collectibles after they've been collected. So people go around collecting the collectibles and then they would save the game, come out, come back, and they'd gone back to where they originally were. I personally didn't have that problem, but I know a lot of people did. Fix Rosselmash Nova pipe unload effect. That was weird, and this kind of sharp line coming out of it when it was unloading. Fixed seed usage when direct to sowing grass. Fixed sell point prices and price fluctuations. Fixed switch fields and field numbers on Elm Creek. Elm Creek map had a problem with a couple of the fields, the numbers were wrong. Fixed the rear paddle buttons on the Logitech G920 not being properly bound on Xbox. Fixed tree growth to be the same, independent of the length of a month. Fixed various issues with manual shifted tractors, improved combine headers on sloping terrain, improved cotton bale loading, improved driving behaviour of multi-axle trucks, improved padlet handling and performance, improved in-game help texts, reduced AI worker costs all round. Thank you. I'll check that as well when I do my Let's Play. Fixed Arcusin Multipack D14 bad unload. Now, there may be a load of stuff you're still thinking, well, they haven't fixed the stuff I wanted fixed. I'm just saying what they've said they've done, and whether that's all been done and working properly still remains to be seen. Then it says new additions, added the ability to enlarge mod hub screenshots when viewing the mod details. So that would be the main mod hub, I think, not the store menu. Added the ability to remove buildings on all 4 farms on the Elm Creek map, which I'm going to show you now. So once you own it, what you can do now, if you want to, is go to demolish. You don't get anything for it, but you can remove all the farm buildings in the 4 corners of the map on Elm Creek, so you can place your own farms there and add whatever you want in. That's new, that's been added in, very helpful. Where are we? Added AI support for reverse driving tractors, added mobile home placeable, we've already seen. Added old barn placeable, we haven't looked at that, that will be under sheds, I think. That one there, old barn placeable. That's nice, that's been added in. What else? Added option for free placement of placeables. Now this is an interesting one. So it says free placement. Now I'm not sure whether that means despite whether you own the land or not. So I don't understand that. It says free placement, but surely you still need to own the land. Or does that just mean you can place right next to something else, can like blend it one into the other maybe? Let's see, shall we? I'm not sure about this one. I haven't tested this yet. Overlaps with it. I just thought I'd add this bit in with regard to free placement. If you look top left, I was so busy trying to work out what was going on. It says toggle free mode off or on. If I press triangle, it says on or off. That's weird because when I tested it a minute ago, it came up with a message basically saying that with it off or on, you have to be careful. It can cause problems with the operation of certain things, but what it does mean is it takes the collisions away. So if I go up to here now, I can pretty much place wherever I want. If I put it off, it comes up with overlaps with another object. So it does mean that for placements of, well, anything now, you can turn that on, and you can put those, you know, overlapping if you want to. Obviously, if it's something like a sell point or something that requires some operation, then it could cause problems. And it does say use at your own warning when you first do that. But I mean, that's a massive thing, especially, you know, especially for us on console. I mean, how many times have you tried to do stuff on FS19 and you've got a little bit of space, you're trying to put something in and you keep getting that message coming up and it's driving you mad. You know, you don't necessarily want to overlap a building, put one inside the other, but you just want to get them close enough that you can use your space really wisely. That's brilliant. Added option for higher fuel usage, added option to place vines and olives with parallel snapping. Added, oh yeah, the parallel snapping, that was what I was going to look at. Let's come out of that. Go to, what do we want? Production, orchards. Right. So you see now, it kind of, if I moved offline before, it went all over the place, and you could get your lines would be all over the place. So now they're parallel snapped into place. Now I can take it further out if I want to, but that will automatically snap into place. Zoom in a bit. That will snap into place at the perfect distance for the next one. And when I then go along, it's staying straight. Now I know a lot of people liked the option to be able to. That's interesting because you actually can't put. It's not allowing me to put an angle on that. I think it's a bit of a. I like the fact it's allowing you to do that now, and it keeps those rows perfectly. So if you want to, I mean, say hire a worker, it won't run perfectly, but you get the perfect strips you need at the right angle, or say the right distance apart. I think having the ability to put angles on them or to put them diagonally across the field, that kind of thing, was something that people liked. But anyway, that will work like that now. Added yield potential and weed removal tool recommendation for the field info. Have I got my field info on? Probably not. Oh yeah, it's the other thing as well. Here we've got an info trigger. That's new in the menu. If you go around the map, you might see, we'll see over here as we go, there's now question marks around the map. If you go around those question marks, it gives you information about various different activities and things you can do around the map. So we've got question marks here. So it'll tell you about spending money because we're here at the main store. But if we go into our menu and go up one, we can turn the info triggers off if having those orange question marks is mildly frustrating. Field info. Oh, my field info is on. And then it does say license plate on Erlengrat. Yeah, now fully customizable. I'm still having problems on the ones we've got, and it does say known issues. There are some other issues that it doesn't say have been fixed, but they are aware of. So I'm assuming they're going to be sorting those out. Now, what was it here? It says added yield potential weed removal tool recommendation to the field info. Not seeing that here. Harvested growth, fertilised. But I suppose I haven't got weeds on. Anyway, so that's it. That's, I think we've covered everything. Oh yeah, I was going to check the mod tab before I go. Bear with me. Okay, so that one that it talked about, adding in the ability to zoom in, let's say ability to enlarge mod hub screenshots when viewing the mod's details. So let's say, for example, we go to the Pertinger Impress and we have a look at it like that, and the screenshots are down the bottom, depending on what screen you're looking at. You think, oh, I'm not really too sure, but down the bottom now it says L3, view screenshots, and it zooms in on those screenshots that it gives you, and you can have a look at them. It's an interesting feature to have. If you want it. So that's it from me for this particular video on, well, the free content update and patch version 1.2. Hopefully it solved a lot of the problems you've been concerned about or been having problems with. There are still going to be other ones, and I would imagine rolling forward there are going to be some more updates. Like I say, disable camera collision, please, if that's possible. If anyone with any power is watching this, that would be great. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do before I thank you for watching, this could possibly mean as well that we will start getting console mods back again. Because I did say it would be once the patch was uploaded, console mods would. It doesn't say anywhere on there that it's been sorted, but potentially. We'll see today, maybe tomorrow if we get any. Thanks for watching.